Welcome back to the channel. This week I have been testing the 2025 Hyundai Tucson Ultimate with the hybrid system on board. Now, the Tucson was already a really good family SUV, and now you add the hybrid system on board and it just gets efficient, so it saves you a little bit of money. And I've also got it in its ultimate package. So what does that have to offer? Let's find out right now. I'm going to show you the exterior, the interior, and of course POV drive. Let's get into it. So as usual, we're starting with the front end for the Tucson here. Kind of standard stuff. You don't have the bits that come with something like the N-Line would, but still the ultimate trim still looks really, really good. I like the new grille that they've got here. They've actually had it for a little bit, but I still do quite enjoy it. You see quite a lot of this grille out in traffic and on the road, but I like the ultimate version as well. I've got a front-facing camera as well as parking sensors up here, so overall, I do really enjoy the front end still. Now, as for what's powering the 2025 Tucson Hybrid, I have a 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, giving us 231 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque. And that is, of course, combined with our hybrid system on board. I'll put some of the battery info for the hybrid system on the screen as well as the engine, so you can take a look as you need. So next we come on to the side profile for the Tucson here. Really nice. It shows its nice presence. I do really like the gray. Hyundai always does a nice gray. I prefer the N-Line rims for the Tucson, but the ultimate rims are still quite nice. Look, it is more of an SUV that maybe blends in a little bit more traffic, especially the more and more you see them, but you see them because, look, they're decent vehicles and they look pretty cool too, but I still like the look of it. I still like the ride height. It's easy to get in. You can see that from the side profile. I have intelligent door handles, one-touch lock and unlock stuff, so I slide my hand in here and it's going to unlock. I like the tint for the back window. I like the little bit of chrome there as well. And yeah, the rims don't actually look that bad. Now, of course, last but not least, we have the rear for the Hyundai Tucson, which also looks very cool. You've got kind of the light bar you can see here. Looks very clean. Pretty standard though, not a lot of changes here for 2025. No exhaust, but honestly, for a vehicle like this, I'm not looking for anything exhaust-wise or sound-wise. I'm just looking for efficiency, and so far, it's given it to me. So, one other thing I like is check out where this rear wiper is. We get a lot of snow here in Quebec, so to have this thing tucked up underneath so the snow can build up here all at once and it will not affect our rear wiper. Our rear wiper will be able to slide right down and wipe our windscreen. Very nice touch by Hyundai there. And then we have our trunk space, of course. So let me open the trunk here. It is automatic for my ultimate trim. You can see my GoPro for kind of a size, or not my GoPro, my tripod for kind of like a size reference here, but you can fit a ton of stuff in here, no problem. You can fold your seats down. You can also have a little bit of storage underneath the floor. You have the tire kit since there is no spare tire in here, so it gives you a little bit of extra space. You've got the 12-volt outlet back here as well. So overall, really good amount of trunk space, and yeah, I love that it closes by itself. It's always very convenient. So that's gonna about do it for my exterior tour of the Hyundai Tucson. Let me know what you think. You prefer the N-Line? Are you okay with, you know, the ultimate? Or which trim do you own and why do you own it? And if you don't, why not? But there's more to go over in terms of the interior, so let's hop inside. All right, so up first, as usual, is the back seat for the Hyundai Tucson. Not a lot of materials going on here, not a huge mix of, you know, different stuff, but we do have rear heated seats, which, let me tell you, is very important here in the cold Canadian winter. Now, seats overall, standard black, no interesting stitching or anything like that, but honestly, I'm fine with it the way it is. Let's actually hop in. So once you've got the door closed, you can see I've got quite a bit of leg room here. And this is my driver profile as well. So quite a bit of space overall in the back. There is sort of like a tunnel hump there, but nothing too crazy. It's quite flat actually for, you know, a hybrid vehicle. Vents in the back, also 2 USB-C charging ports right there as well. Baby seat fits very nicely, no complaints there. I've got this guy that's going to come down here. Got cup holders, and then you've got a little bit of trunk access if you want to drop something back there. Also, we have the nice big sunroof here, which is going to be very cool in the summer. Lets a lot of light into the cabin overall, so I do enjoy that overall. So back seat, pretty nice place to spend time. All right, so next up we have the front seat for the Hyundai Tucson. Again, not a lot of crazy material, mix of like cloth and leather here. 2 memory seat settings though, that is very nice. Taking a look at the seats for here, we've got kind of this nice accent here of kind of like a silver strip. I do like it. Headrests are nice and comfortable. Seats overall in the front and the back are very comfortable. Pretty standard stuff, easy to sit in on a road trip, but it's cold, so let me hop in. So once you're actually seated inside, you kind of got the new age Hyundai steering wheel. We see it on a lot of the models now where it's got the, the 4 dots that just stands for N basically. And we have physical buttons controls. I like that. Right-hand side, we've got the volume control, some of the media stuff. And then left-hand side, we have some of the gauge cluster controls and the cruise control stuff, as well as this button for our elite lane centering assistance. All the way to the left, we have the 12-volt battery reset button, parking brake, trunk button, because it's an automatic open and close. We also have the traction control button and our illumination controls. Then if we move on to our digital gauge cluster, it's kind of got, 2 different themes. This is kind of the theme I leave it in. You can kind of see, how much battery you have left, not in terms of kilometers, but in terms of like just a general kind of battery level. So you can see there I've got about half. Right now it just kicked the engine on right now. Tire pressure, you can see the power distribution, and then you can see the charging. Usually that's where I leave it because I like to see what the vehicle is doing. So right now you can see the engine is purely just on to power up the battery. Once it powers it up to a good amount, it will turn the engine off, go into battery power. Kind of cycles through that. I do have some drive modes here. I've got terrain, so I've got terrain modes. I've got snow, mud, and sand. And then for the drive modes, I've got sport, eco, and my drive. So eco is basically the normal mode, which is what it should be. This is a hybrid. Normal mode should be eco mode. So very good there. Then we move over, fully digital infotainment display as well. I like kind of like the blend that they've done. There is a black space here, but since the whole kind of theme is black, don't really notice it too much, which is really nice. Very easy to find all your stuff. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is built in here as well. I've also got built-in navigation. You got your hybrid screen here. It kind of shows you what's going on with the vehicle, and you got some just basic setup stuff. Just your basic Hyundai stuff. What I did find cool though is not phone projection. See, if I go into settings and then I go into vehicle setup and then I go into drive mode, I can actually customize the drive mode, and I have a baby mode, which is very cool. I do have a baby still. She's about 1.5 now. So I can do that too. I can just put my drive mode could become baby mode, which is very cool. A little bit lower, we still have some physical buttons for some quick access controls like the media, the map, and stuff like that. And then we have HVAC controls here. It's a little bit awkward to see because of the sun, but dual zone automatic climate control, heated and ventilated seats because this is the ultimate trim. So we have the full Hyundai experience here, which is very, very good. I don't mind it. It's like these kind of touch buttons. There's no haptic feedback or anything like that, but so far like it hasn't failed or glitched on me, so I don't mind it. Then down here we have 2 USB-C charging ports, a ton of storage on the bottom here. Then you kind of got this lip here where you have some more controls. This is where I'm controlling my drive modes. Also, I have a button for the 360-degree camera, a very standard thing. Kind of can see all sides of the vehicle and even see completely around the vehicle, which is very nice. And since this is the ultimate, if I turn my turn signal on, I have got the nice things right there inside the turn signal. So I got cameras everywhere, literally everywhere, which is very nice. A wireless charging pad right here, 2 cup holders, a little bit of storage inside here. Then the passenger has like this shelf thing, which is very nice. Glove compartment storage is as standard as you'd expect. And yeah, overall, a very nice place to spend time. The passenger seat is not compromised by the baby seat, so that's very good news too. And yeah, overall, a good place to spend time. Let me know what you think, though, of the interior. Do you like it? You hate it? You wish it was more premium feeling? What are your thoughts? With that being said, I will go ahead and strap that GoPro to my forehead, and let's take this thing for a drive. All right, so on the road now with the Hyundai Tucson. About the end of the week for me here, and it's been a pretty good week. I mean, it has been a fuel-saving week. I'll tell you that right off the bat. The Tucson is really, really good at fuel saving. It's got a little bit of speed in terms of its, sportiness, or when you put it in sport mode. It's got a decent pickup, right? But nothing too crazy. Which is fine. I mean, over 200 horsepower for an SUV of this size and quality is quite impressive. But honestly, you're not really looking at a Tucson because of its straight line speed or cornering abilities or its handling abilities or anything like that. You are looking at it because it's a big or decent sized family SUV that's a hybrid and also has a ton of features, especially with the Ultimate package, for a relatively competitive price point. Now, you don't need anything in the Ultimate package. All you really need here is simply the hybrid system. That is what sells this Hyundai Tucson. I do have regenerative braking as well. I can control that with these paddle shifters. I usually leave it on level 2 because level 3 makes me very car sick. Whenever I let my foot off the accelerator, it does apply the brake quite heavy, and it doesn't come to a full stop. So it's not like a one pedal driving situation. It's more of like I can't coast at all in level 3 of regeneration, so I just don't use that. But visibility is really good. Big mirrors, I can see everything. I've got a blind spot camera because of the Ultimate package when I turn on my turn signal, so that is also extremely helpful. Handling is all right. I mean, you're not expecting to be connected to the road or feel the road in an SUV like this anyways. You kind of just roll with the punches with it, and that's kind of all it's meant to do, and that's fine. I mean, it's really only meant to be your daily driver, your grocery getter. It's got a ton of space for the family and stuff like that, and it does all of that really, really well. So let's talk a little bit about the fuel economy. So I have done about 322 kilometers, and I am getting 7.9 liters per 100 kilometers. That is really, really good numbers for me. Look, I don't have a long commute. I don't use a lot of highway, so my commute is mostly going to be city, red lights, traffic, slow traffic, stuff like that. And my grocery store is pretty close to me. The daycare that my daughter goes to is quite close to me as well. So everything's like kind of in my vicinity, in my sphere. So I'm not really driving on the highway that much or that often. And for me to still be getting 7.9 liters per 100 kilometers is really, really good. Even with me filming and letting the car idle and stuff like that, that is a great number, an impressive number. I mean, I just really enjoy that. That really puts this thing in perspective for me as like to how much it sips fuel. I usually, about midweek, I've got to go and put a little bit more gas in the tank just to last me the weekend, because I usually film quite a bit of stuff on the weekend. But this time, no sir, I've not had to even stop the gas station one time because it has been that good and that efficient on fuel. So having that little electric hybrid battery in there, although it's not a big battery, is giving me quite a bit of gas saving, and that is important because everything, gas prices here in Quebec are still remaining the same. They're still pretty high. So the fact that we have something or a vehicle on the market that could potentially save you money and not make you go to the gas station that much, man, I will recommend that any day of the week. Now, in terms of its competition, Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, CX-50 Hybrid, I think the CR-V Hybrid, I still am taking the Tucson. I think it's a preference thing. I think it's like, because they all kind of do the same thing. They're all pretty good on fuel, but I think design-wise, Hyundai has, a little bit of an edge there, interior and exterior, and also just feature-wise, I think Hyundai has the edge usually in those classes too. So, not only is it really good on fuel, but it gives us a lot of really good, features, especially in the Ultimate trim. I've got all the nice bells and whistles that you could ever want or need, so hard to complain about this thing. Also, steering wheel feels good in my hands. I like it. I like the new age steering wheel. I like how it's kind of like got some pointy stuff out here, so I can kind of rest my arms and still hold the steering wheel and just kind of relax. And this lane centering assist that you can turn on the highway or even just on a road like this is really elite. It really only yells at you to put your hands on the steering wheel when you're turning. Other than that, it's really, really good. So yeah, for what the Hyundai Tucson wants to do and honestly needs to do well and just be a hybrid and have a ton of space and be a really good SUV daily driver, it is such a good daily driver. Again, I'm taking it over anything Toyota or Mazda or Honda. I think that the Tucson is where it's at. But of course, I want to know what you think. Why would you choose the Tucson over any of its competition, or why would you choose its competition over the Tucson? I really want to know what you guys think on this one. I really want to know from owners, how's the battery been? Do you have a plug-in, or do you just have the hybrid? Because to me, the hybrid is the way to go because you just don't have to manage anything. I'm not plugging it in at nighttime. It just does it. I just put gas in it when it needs the gas, and that's it. I don't worry about a single other thing, and that's the beauty of owning a hybrid. But again, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think full electric is the infrastructure there? Probably not. I think the hybrids are the way to go going forward, and they're the ones that you're going to want to put your money in going forward long term. This is a car I think you could own for a long term period, and it would save you gas over a couple of years. So that is a pretty good thing to look forward to. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this one. I'll see you in the next week. See you in the next car. Take care.